Thank you, Dr. Young. Guys, good afternoon. Thank you for staying back. I know there's a lot of good stuff happening on the other side, but thank you for being here. Encourages me to give a good talk. All right, so my name is Hussein. Again, I know she has repeated many, many times. Good afternoon. I'm from a company called EFXCO, yeah? EFX. A lot of people, they have problem with pronunciation, my company name. Maybe I should have changed for a different name, much easier to pronounce. But we are actually a training center based in Cyberjaya, right? So we, a training center for Adobe, Adobe Authorized Training Center, and we also teach visual effects using Nuke, compositing. And recently we became an authorized training center for Unity, all right? So we can come, you can come in for, if you want to get your Unity certified developer, so we have an exam for that as well, yeah? Also courses. All right, so a bit of disclaimer here. This talk has nothing to do with games, because I'm not a gamer. I'm a visual effects artist. I like to create movies, storytelling, right? So please don't be disappointed if there's nothing to do with games, yeah? So what I'm trying to do today here is a bit technical, the talk. So anybody here uses Unity on a daily basis? Daily basis, awesome, we have one guy, couple of guys here. Weekly basis? Weekly basis, okay. Monthly basis? And of course, yearly basis, right? I don't think anybody just want to go for a year. Yes, Dr. Young.
Jose, I'm not trying to stop you, but perhaps you can give an introduction or one sentence why visual effects is so important in games. It is connected, and there are business in work for hire and all that. Maybe you can give them a little bit of knowledge, you know, how to use these skills in the games visual effects.
Okay, so why am I in a game conference talking about visual effects, right? Okay. So you all know visual effects. We create movies, we capture live action footage, we create CGI, we integrate them together. I'm sure you see the likes of Transformers, you know, where robots and live action plates being put together. So that's compositing, right? So the reason why I ventured into this side of things, where I got very enthusiastic and very interested in Unity, is because of real-time rendering. All right, so I'm sure you have seen the Adam demo. I'm not going to show it to you. You can go and find that on the website. And recently, Neil Blomkamp, a guy who creates movie like District 9, made a part 2 of that one. Have you guys seen it? Some of you have seen it, right? I don't repeat, because I don't want to waste too much time of showing the same thing all over again. So he made another one, which is called the Mirror and the Prophet, right? So that's part 1. He's working on a part 2 as well. So what he did was, he's a filmmaker, he makes visual effects, like what my background is. So he's utilizing Unity's real-time engine to create real-time rendering, which means, I'll give an example, yeah? When Rhythm and Hughes made the movie Life of Pi, I'm sure some of you have seen it before, right? In movies, we make 24 frames per second. That's how our frame rates, yeah? 24 frames per second. So in Life of Pi, some of the scenes, when we rendered it, one frame took about 30 hours. So it's a long time just to wait for one frame. One frame is just one image, it's not even 1 second yet, right? It's taking a long time, which means resources, it's going to be expensive, you know, stuff like that, right? So now they have found out that you can use things like Unity Engine, Unreal, to create real-time rendering. No need to wait anymore. Save money. Save budget, make things go faster. That's the whole idea, right? So that interests me a lot. I want to find out, how do I create real-time rendering? So Neil Blomkamp's efforts in using Unity Engine to create this, it's really, has opened up a lot of people's eyes, especially all the directors in Hollywood and all the visual effects people, right? So all the big companies now are going into it and using this Unity Engine to create real-time rendering. All right, so was that okay, Dr. Yang? Cool. All right, so as I said, this is not going to be a gaming stuff. What I'm going to show you today is how easy it is to take a scene in Unity and put it into one of these. Yeah, this is one of the, I know it's the Foundry here. So this is actually the viewer. I'm sure you have seen a Google Cardboard before, right? One of these things where you put your phone in and you look at things in virtual reality. So it's going to be a bit technical. I hope you bear with me. All right, and let's begin. So let me just show you a slide first. I prepared some slides. Okay, this is what we're going to do now. And that's this is some of the trainings that I've been doing for last few years, right? We call people from, overseas to come and give workshops on Nuke and compositing and visual effects stuff, yeah? This is where we are. This is our facilities in Cyberjaya. Do come by if you are free. Have a cup of coffee with me, free of charge. That's where we are, all right? So we are Authorized Training Center for Adobe, Nuke Certified Training Center, Unity, and also with some training partners as well. This is sort of a certification that we give. Our certification is actually internationally recognized, so you can get the certification, obviously, hopefully get a job after this, yeah? So we do Adobe stuff, VFX trainings, and games VR. All right. So prerequisites for what I'm about to show you here is you have basic Unity knowledge, right? And then also own one of those cardboards. That's it. And obviously a phone. I'm sure you guys have a phone, right? Either an Android or an iOS, so that's all you need. So what I'm going to cover through for the next 45 minutes or 40 minutes or so, it's obviously download Unity is easy. Go and download everything. It's free of charge. GVR SDK means you download a Google virtual reality SDK, free of charge. Download a sample scene. You can either make your own if you're good in Unity, or you can just go to the the Unity's asset store and download any scene that you want, free of charge. Okay, download Xcode for you to transfer your scene into the phone, iOS, or Android Studio, free of charge. Make a VR camera inside the scene. Lighting setup, if you have a bit of knowledge on 3D, I'm sure this is the standard thing that you have to learn how to light up, right? Set your build settings, and then transfer to mobile using Xcode or the Android Studio. All right, that's all, 8 steps. Unfortunately, there's no one button you can press to say, make this into VR, not yet. They'll probably coming soon, yeah? So they are figuring things out. So at the moment, you have to follow these 8 steps. Sometime only, maybe not all of them, yep, okay. So that's my address, just in case you want to ask me questions later. All right, let's move on. All right, so I have to use a mic because the guys want me to use the mic. I don't usually use a mic, but let's try this, yeah? So I have here a simple scene that's done in Unity. A scene of an apartment, all right? Simple stuff. And if you zoom out, you can see it's actually have a skybox of the city around, so basically show you an apartment. You all can see, right? Is it clear enough? Guys? Cool. Simple stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this into VR. So you're going to be in the room and you're going to look around, right? So I put a globe here. This is actually to show you the animation part. When you click on the Google card box little button, the globe will spin. And then if you click again, it's going to stop. So that's done by using the mechanism that's available inside of Unity. All right? If any part of this that confuses you, just let me know. Right? So simple stuff. So people said when you're making movies, you make only the 2D, which is right in front of you. So now you got to create, the other extra 270. No need. Create a 3D environment, create a 3D scene, and as simple as dropping a camera inside. Right? When you drop a camera inside, you get 360. Obviously, VR is very synthetic, right? We don't have photorealistic and all that. That one probably, if you want to work on it, it's fine. But I kept it simple because I want it to render fast and test it on my cardboard. You can also obviously send it to things like your Vive and your Oculus and all that, but you will require a different SDK. I've got a list of that all written up. If you want to have a sample of the step-by-step, do email me. I'll send it to you. Cool? Right. Okay, so what I've done this here, a couple of steps that we have to do. We will have to build up your scene, right? Put stuff in. You can get to the asset store and get some of this stuff, right? And the way, hang on. I got to show this off. Level up, yeah? Okay. All right, so I've got my TV all running. And now I want to go inside this room and I want to look around, right? Simple stuff. So the one that makes this one nice, because I'm trying to send it to a mobile device, I have to be very, very careful of my rendering. I cannot give it too much. If I have a Vive, then I can blast it out, real-time lighting and all that stuff. But for mobile, you have to be a bit more careful of not putting it too much, because the lighting sometimes render takes a bit of much time to render. So what I have here is I have my assets, yeah, and all of them inside here I've put it into static, yeah, static mode, which means they are not going to be animated, except for my globe null. The globe null, if I open it up, you can see, right? It's actually a globe. So this is actually the globe, and that is spinning, animated, yeah? So the globe null is just a null that holds it. So it's skewed a bit, because, you know, the Earth a bit skewed, right? So I need to have that kind of spin. Kitchen has the kitchen stuff. I'm a bit of a OSD when coming to making things organized nicely. I don't like to see things scattering around. That's how you should be organizing your stuff anyway, right? Don't scatter things around. Make them all nicely done, right? So this is my, are you guys familiar with Unity, right? Most of you. So you may look that my interface is a bit different, because I made it to look different, because you can change your layout here. But I feel comfortable with this kind of lookout, right? I've got my scene here, my game at the back. That one, if I click the play, the game will play. So if I click on play there, you'll see I got the scene, and I can look around. This is how it looks like in my Google, yeah? I'm just going to go around and look around. And if I look at this globe, I click once on the screen, my globe starts spinning. Click again, it stops. Yeah, that's all. Simple stuff. Don't have to go and create ultra nice looking stuff. Just for testing purposes, make it KISS lah, huh? Keep it simple, stupid. Okay. Right, so what you need to do is, if you want to create a virtual environment, you need to have two cameras, right? Left, right eye, stereoscopic, right? So you can create two cameras, put them inside, put on a null, tie them together, and the distance between one camera to another camera is 32 units, because our human beings' eyes, we have left eye, right eye, and they are approximately 64 centimeters away from each other. Okay, so halfway is 32. So you got to put one camera left, one camera right, 32 minus 32 here, plus 32 there. Does it make sense? All right? So if you want to do that, you can do that. But no need. So you can go to the internet. Okay, you can download this thing called the GVR Unity SDK. If you want, I can give you this sheet if you want. I have a Google VR Unity SDK 1.7. Download that. It comes in a zip file, unzip it, and drag it into Unity under the asset folder. If you open up your prefabs, you will see you have a GVR editor emulator. All right? As simple as dragging this guy into your into your hierarchy, and you got the guy there. Make a new camera by going to Game Object, Camera, right? You'll get a camera and make it a child of the GVR editor emulator. That's all. Your camera is set up. Your VR camera is set up. No need to go and create left, right eye, 32 minus 32 plus. Forget about that, yeah? This is the easy way of doing things. So your camera is set up. I have got my camera here, right? So what I need to do now is do a bit of setting up, transfer it to my phone. Simple as that. Okay, so what I've done is, I've gone, I wanted to look, the apartment to look a bit nice because the lighting is important stuff. So I've got my lighting panel open up here, and you can get to that using the window, and then go into lighting. It should be here somewhere, there you go, right? Settings. So I've got it up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just open this up a bit. I can even take it and put it over here if I want to, play with the lighting setup. Remember, if you're doing it in mobile, forget about real-time lighting. Bake everything down. All right, if you notice my lights, directional light, I've got one directional light, I've got a couple of spotlights. All of them are stuck to a null, and all of them are baked. You see down here, mode, baked. Okay? The best way to put lights in my opinion, is to go in top view, go into isometric view, and then you can set up your lighting. Yeah, so I've got a couple of lights everywhere. If I go into my hierarchy, you can see I've got spotlight. They're just covering the whole apartment. All right, just like look at your light at home, and oh, I think it should be one day, right? So just like setting up an apartment at home. And then I've got my area lights. I've got a couple of area lights, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 area lights everywhere, right on the ceiling. And these are also baked, yeah? You have to bake them down. And once you do that, okay, let's go into lighting setup. Lighting setup, not much to play with. If you notice, there are about 7 categories here. Right, we got environment, real-time lighting. If you go in the environment, you have to set up your sky city box, or if sometimes you have a sky box which already, by default, is already there. If you want to have fun, you can create your own material. So in this case, there's a material that is actually of a city. Right, if I open that up, not sure if you can open it up. But it's just basically an image of a city, right, which I made it into a skybox. And nothing much here, that's it, yeah? Create a skybox city, and then real-time off. No need to do real-time global or GI, yeah? Switch it off. Under lighting, mixed lighting, we'll just bake global illumination, fine, checked it up. And it's lighting settings is one that we're gonna play with a lot, yeah? The light map settings. Here, I will just play with this light map resolution, all right? I tried with 20, okay. I tried 40, slightly better. 80 gave me the best result for a mobile device. Otherwise, you will go into your VR and you see a lot of different banding happening around, right? This is something that you got to play with. And obviously, if you have a better machine, you might want to play a bit more higher, maybe 100. And then test it and look at how it works in your VR, yeah? So that's about all in your lighting setup. The important thing to know about this is that it has to be static, yeah? Check all to static. And you will see your global maps created when you do the generate lighting. Generate lighting here means render, bake my lighting. It might take a while. In my case, my laptop, at 80 textile, it took me about 15 minutes to render, to bake the lights, all of them. So the more lights you have, the higher the textile, it's going to take a longer time. Okay? It's a good time for you to go make yourself a cup of coffee and chill, yeah? So under global maps, you can see that Unity is going to render the lighting for you, and it's going to be how you see it here, yeah? So you can see all the ambient occlusion stuff and all that. Right? Quite cool. Okay so far? Guys? Excellent. All right, so we got lighting all sorted out. And the next thing is we want to bring this scene into the build settings. We want to convert into iOS, correct? Right? So you can go to File and then go to Build Settings. Make sure when you are installing Unity for the first time, all right, I would suggest you to have your Android build support enabled, iOS build support enabled. Either after that, if not, you're going to have issue by going back and installing again and all that, right? It takes a bit of time to get this run. So this is standard stuff that they normally checked off. You also need to make sure you have Android or iOS build. It depends on what you want to do, all right? Okay, so this is important. So once you have that installed, go into build settings. You will have this little menu here at the bottom. So you got iOS, you got for Android. Okay, so when you are here, you will have to select either one, and then you need to say switch platform. When you do this, it's going to take a while. It's going to start transferring some file, blah, blah, blah. Probably take about 2 or 3 minutes to do something. And then when it's ready, all right, before pressing build and run, you got to go to player settings. All right, there are a few steps, yeah? There's a few steps. And then here you got to change your company name and your product name and all that. And the most important part in this particular panel, all right, is making sure that you have cardboard selected here. There will be a few lines, remove the rest of them, right? Just ensure that you have cardboard selected. There'll be a plus and minus sign there, right? When you have the GVR, the Google VR here, notice when I brought in that camera, it has the Google VR menu up here, right? So you will need to say it just for cardboard for now, yeah? And if you go down, you got to set up this bundle identifier. Anybody here using for iOS or Android? More iOS or Android? Android guys here? More Android, eh? iOS, not so much. I got a few. All right, cool. I built mine using iOS. So you need to set up this bundle identifier because later when you go into iOS, the thing called the Xcode, they will ask you for all this stuff, yeah? That's done, all right? It's easy. And you need also one more step before you proceed further, the quality settings, okay? So let's go to edit and project settings. You got to go to quality settings. This one will depend on your machine, right? So what I did was, there'll be a couple of lines here. We will delete all of them off, and we'll create one for mobile. Mobile means you can change this quality. So I'll go for full resolution, 2x multi-sampling. I'll disable shadows, because shadows takes a lot of time to render, right? Keep it high resolution. We will have to play with, I think my AI, the anti-aliasing is on, right? So make sure you create one for mobile, so it's going to stick there, yeah, for mobile devices. It's actually a template, so you can keep on adding more stuff if you want to, right? So once we do this, you can go back to, save your scene, of course, go back to Unity, and go in, sorry, if you go to the build and settings, right, click on build, right? Once you click on build, it will start generating your files for you. So on your desktop, you will have things like, if I go to my, you get something like that, right? Build an apartment, so you get something like that. Those are my builds, yeah? So you get something like this, yeah? This is what you're gonna get on your, in your folder. All these folders and files. So what you need to do is make sure that this is run properly, and build setting will tell you this has been done successfully. Okay, pat yourself at the back, go have a cup of coffee, come back and continue. And before you open Xcode, please close Unity. Right, close Unity, and the file that you're going to run to open up in the Xcode is going to be Unity Phone X workspace. Yep, nothing else. This guy opens up inside of Xcode. In my case, Xcode, yeah. So Android will have their own. It's not difficult to get from Android or Xcode. Doesn't matter, yeah. And when you run Xcode, just close this for a second. So you can go to File. I can open a recent one, one of these. Yeah, this is what the workspace was about. It opens up, and it's going to, you need to hook up your phone with your cable, right? It's going to look for your phone, and you need to set this up, yeah? This is important, the theme. It has to be a personal theme. So how do you get this? You need to go in, I have a screenshot here which I can show you, that you need to create an Apple ID if you don't have, for the iOS guys. I make sure Android, we don't need to do this. And this is where you need to set up your Apple ID and the accounts. And you need to enable something like this. Yeah? Sorry, this is the build setting. This is the one that you need to do. Simple as that. Okay? All right, so when you come back, this one will be enabled for you, personal theme, right? And then you can change your name of your display on your iPhone, how we need to display, right? Whatever you can call it, whatever you want. All right, and then click at the play button. All right, if you click this play button down here, it can't find my phone because it's not connected yet. It'll start running. It'll start generating the iOS version, right? And you'll get a lot of errors, like what I do here. Just ignore them, right? You get a lot of errors, ignore until you get a notification saying build successful, right? And you will transfer that particular app into your phone. Okay, I'll try and see whether I can show you the screen. Let me run my. I think I may have to be on the same wireless, which I'm not. But the screen will appear here. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to do with that. It's just my connection. So I don't know whether I can show you here. Maybe you can see from far. I have that Unity. So you can see that I have that same apartment inside my phone, right? So if I move around, you can see it's virtual reality. So all you need to just put in your cardboard and enjoy the scene, right? Simple as that. It didn't take much, right? Half an hour, less than that. But it took me a few hours to learn, yeah? You guys are gonna come through. It's not gonna be as simple as that. You're gonna come across some issues, you know. I'm sure you're gonna go and Google it and find out how to do it and all that. I found out the hard way. That's the best way to learn, actually, yeah? You find out the hard way and it sticks in your mind. So you got your VR inside there, and you click on the cardboard box, the globe will spin. I didn't talk about animation at the moment, but we have an animation thing. If you know how to work with the 3D software, if you go to Unity, you can see that you have ability to go to window and then go to animation. So you will have an animation toolbar, right? So you can create your animation. If I click on the, let me click on my globe here. My globe has an animation. There you go. It's just creating 2 keyframes just to spin the globe. All right, where's my globe? Let me just put it over here. So that what it does is just spins the globe. Yeah, there's animation, keyframe start, and you have the curves as well. Just like inside of any 3D software, you have curves. It's a linear curve. You can make it and ease out if you want to. If you know 3D stuff, exactly the same. I didn't have much trouble in this side because I know some 3D stuff. So if I play that from here, you can see it's just running in circles. Yeah, that's the globe is playing. As simple as that. Okay. The one that I got confused when I was learning Unity, maybe you guys can probably teach me as well. It's doing the clicking off on. All right, so we have a thing called the mechanism inside of Unity called the animator. This stuff, right? So you need to create a play state and a stop state, right? So when you press a button, it plays. When you press that button, it basically touching the screen. It's not pressing the button even, yeah? So you have to create a transition between the two. All right, so this took me a while to learn because I'm trying to understand how these things work. Basically what you do is you have under parameters, you have a stop. You create a parameter called stop, and it goes inside here. It clicks this little, maybe you can't see it, this little trigger here, right? This enables you to start and stop. So it took me a while to understand how this works, and obviously the best way to learn is to do it yourself. You know, ask questions, go to the forums and, you know, get some answers. And I finally got it, and it's automatic. Once you've done it, everything's going to be animated inside there. So this could be not just start and stop, it could be fetching something, trigger on something. If you have binoculars or something like that, you can pick things up. Okay? So as you go along, you will learn all this stuff, right? So the more you need to know, the more you will learn. Cool? So these windows are all inside here. So let me just close this down. Cool? Well, that's it. Simple as that. Right? Put a camera inside 3D. Make sure you get a GVR editor emulator that creates a camera automatically for you. Don't have to worry about anything. And then you can have fun with the textures. You can put a lighting, you can change the lighting and all that stuff. So I'm having a bit of fun with this. I'm actually working on what we call a nano degree with one of the online training companies. So I'm going around and learning as much as possible. Because VR is new. Everybody's talking about VR. So I want to get my hands wet with this, yeah? Or my feet wet, whatever that is. Cool. So if I play this, you can see that it's actually running. Okay, so I can look around. Any questions, guys? That's a short one, eh? Oh. All right, okay. I thought I ran out of time. So I've got these things all set up. If you're interested, you can send me an email. I will send you this step by step. Obviously, I went a lot of places to get all this information all, put together. But I'm willing to share this with you. So you can have where to download Unity, where to download GVR. For Android, you will have to go to, for Android Studio, I've got a link here. For Java, SDK. For iOS. For Vive, if you are trying to do this for Vive, you got to go to get a Steam VR plugin. Okay. Since I'm here, I can also talk to you about the asset store, where you can get some free stuff. No internet connection. Let me check. 1 second.
Hussein,
Yeah.
perhaps you can tell, some of them are students,
Mhm.
maybe you can tell them what they can use this for. I mean, of course, for revenue, income generating, you know, service base, because these are actually, a lot of companies nowadays out there is doing this service for like bigger
Definitely.
corporates, you know, for the
Yes.
showcase. In fact, there is one that most of them has seen is recently is the Raya card, you know, by Post Malaysia.
That's augmented reality.
Yeah, so
So
they are
yeah,
they're kind
something
of
that
like beyond entertainment kind of stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool stuff to do AR, but I'm not into AR. I don't like to see the real world. I like to get away from the real world. I like to be in my own world. So that's the reason I like VR. That's my personal preference, yeah, because this world is tough enough, yeah. We don't want to get it. I want to get away from this. So that's why I like to go VR. It's totally different world. You can go wherever you want, create whatever you want. Right, you know, if you know a bit of 3D, you can create wonders. That's the reason why I like VR instead of AR. I know about AR and MR and all that stuff, right? So some companies are making AR to, you know, get some dinosaurs to work on. I've played with that as well. I've got an app on my iPad which enables you to play games right on your table and all that. So that's out, but Apple's doing that. Me, more on going to, I'm a sci-fi guy, so I want to go to different worlds. Yeah, don't want to be in this world. When I can, yeah. Because
So what can they use it
okay,
for?
cool. You can create content, like I just showed you, right? Unity, creating content is in Unity is easy. Unity is not a 3D software. You have to learn 3D, right? Go and get one of those Blender software. It's free of charge. Learn how to use it. You can use YouTube to learn it. It's not difficult, right? Maybe a month or two, you can get some 3D stuff, nice 3D stuff done. Get those models into Unity, assemble them, do what I just showed you, put the camera GVR in, and that's it, you're in VR. From then onwards, you improve. Yeah, you get a better resolution, you have better models. So get the base done first, understand how it works, and then expand about it, right? Learn more and more and more, and get to come to places like this, Level Up, and all the other events that they have in Malaysia. You can go and learn all this stuff, yeah? Let me see if I got connection now. I have connection now. So Asset Store is a lot of, it's a fun place to come to, because sometimes in this new world that we have, we don't have to create things anymore. Don't reinvent the wheel, right? Codes are available for you to copy and paste. Assets are there for you to download for free. What else do you want, right? So if you come to, this is the new version, by the way, the new Unity Asset Store. I love it. It looks nice. If you go to Essentials up here on the right-hand side, and you can click on any one of these tutorial project, asset packs and all that, okay? You can go down to asset packs, you can look at it, you can download some stuff. And I'm sure you have know the Blacksmith environment, you can download that. The Adam environment is also available for free, but it's gonna be about, it's quite huge, you know? It's got probably about 20 gig or something like that. So you have space for that in your system, download that, you can play with that Adam environment. Have fun with that. But you need to have a slightly better machine than I have. All right, you can Google, as you can Google here, just type Adam, I'm sure you'll pop up somewhere. Maybe not here. But there is there, yeah, it's free of charge. And creating animations, character, all this is available. A lot of them are for free. If you are working on a project and you're making money, why not just spend a few dollars and get the actual, and then, you know, you are happy, your clients are happy, and the guy who made this is happy, right? So don't be stingy on making money but don't want to spend money or investment, right? So that's why a lot of people like people when you're in business, you need to invest, whatever it is, yeah? Invest in a good machine to create good content, and also credit the people who are creating all this stuff for free. You know, credit them or either pay them. Well, it's only $10, $15, $20 sometime. Max I've seen is $99. It's only about 400 ringgit. Come on, you're making 20,000 ringgit of a project. You cannot spend 400 ringgit, right? So think about that, right? And it helps the industry as well. Cool.
Hussein, do you want to open the floor for question and answer?
I can open the floor for question and answers.
Yeah.
No problem. Let's open the floor up.
Any questions?
Any question, guys?
Yeah, there's
yes.
a mic. Yeah, there's a mic. Yeah.
No technical questions. I'm not an expert.
Hello. Hi. I'm wondering if did you face any optimization problem for the VR content? Because I see a lot of VR games, they are quite low poly, and planning to make something more realistic. So how high poly can you go for VR games?
Um,
What kind of textures?
Okay. Generally, if you're talking about mobile, you're talking try to send it to a mobile machines, mobile phones. I know mobile phones are getting faster and faster by the day, right? But the reason why we keep it low poly is because one thing is the experience. You want to make something very photorealistic, but the experience is useless, or something happens to experience and people start there's a slowing down, you know, in frame rates and all that. It's not going to give them a good experience. Hence the reason why they do low poly for now. Okay, so you might want to stick to low poly for now. Okay, once our phones are becoming faster, and even the Apple iPhones, the iPads are getting very, very fast now, with Samsungs and all that, you can start experimenting and giving more realistic looking objects or models. Yeah? So go basic first, make sure everything works, everything is fine, and then start putting in the extra stuff. If the framework is working fine, then you up your polys, and you can up your textures and lighting and all that stuff. Once you come to a threshold, you know you have to stop there. Okay? That's the reason why I put it on the cardboard, because I can check it straight away. In an hour, I can already check how my things is working. Right? Do that first, and then if your client requires you to go into a higher machine, like if you want to do something for Vive or the Oculus, obviously you can have fun. That one you can really bang to the max, because those stuff can really run. There are 2,000 pixels on each, and left and right, so they have high resolution. Right?
Yeah.
Does that answer your question? Thank you.
Yeah, also to add on, Hussin, maybe you can check on a Malaysian company who's developing very high-end VR games in HTC. You can check with EXA. Yeah? I don't know whether they are in the exhibition hall, but EXA, yeah, they have a booth there. Check it out, because they have VR games, and they are developing a very good interactive VR games. Go and play with the games. Yes. I think you will enjoy it.
There's one in the
one in
the game area.
Yes, there's and also they have an office in Setia. They have a studio in Setia Walk. For public can purchase tickets and go in like a theme park,
cool.
Mini theme park like that.
So VR is everywhere now, right? There's a lot of events coming up. As I heard, there's an event by BFM coming up about marketing, how to use VR for marketing purposes.
Yeah, but of course, as what Hussein mentioned, you have to start with the basic.
Yes.
Because then you can experiment, because it took this company that actually already launched their games, about 2 to 3 years R&D to come up with such a high poly, kind of games. Yeah. Okay.
But you guys are so lucky, everything is FOC. Remember it's not FOC, FOC, FOC. Everything is free of charge. No one's charging you any money, right? So your R&D can be free of charge, right? Play with it, have fun. Unity is an awesome application to run. It's so light. I played, any UE guys here? No? I played the UE before, but unfortunately my machine couldn't support it. The fan rust start running very high, everything starts slowing down. I said, okay, I'll put it aside for now. But Unity, when I started Unity, is so light, easy to use, so easy to use that even the interface is so simple, right? You can see only a few panels and all. So go there, have fun, and I'm sure VR is going to take off in a very big manner very soon. I'm sure the next level up, there's going to be a lot of more VR stuff showing, and it doesn't have to be only about games, yeah, guys. Okay, just don't games for Unity, no, right? We're going to do a lot of other stuff. A lot of industries are waiting for education, training, health-wise. I just met owner of EFXCO. I'm not sure whether you guys have a company before. They just signed an MOU with UITM to create some health trainings for UITM. Right? They just signed an MOU. So it's going there. Yeah? It's going to become very big. Okay, guys. I hope you had fun. And if you have any questions, do send me an email, hussin@efxco.my. And I want to see if you guys do something nice, just send me an email. I want to see what you guys are up to. Right? Thanks a lot, guys.
Okay, thank you, Hussein.